Alrighty, first replay video in a while. We'll do the draft and the P5 perspective first. This is a scrim against Gotham Stack the other day. We've got Mook standing in for Suyoi on 4. So we'd already talked about what Suyoi's hero pool kind of looked like. And we're basically going to pick between Lion, Lich, and Grimstroke, maybe a Winter Wyvern or an AA. Just talked about playing those with him. It's like Gotham screwed up his banner here, but I also haven't even put in my banner yet. Alright, so I banned the Rubik. 2 Rubik players on their team. They ban out the Earth Spirits. He was a good Earth Spirit player, but since he's just subbing for someone on the LD2L team, I don't want him to play Earth Spirit because it doesn't really help our 3 play anything. So the 3 players got, I think, Centaur and something else in his pool. I took out the Centaur because that's Gotham's best offlaner. The offlaner on our team, Debness, wanted Bristleback. He'd been practicing it a lot. I didn't mind that as an early open. You just practice it a little bit more, get a feel for it. The only one of Suyoi's supports that combos well with Bristleback is Lich, and they first picked the Lich. So we were left with Lion and Grim, and for some reason the team thought that Grim would be better because we were worried that there was a small chance that they would pick Lich with the, or Grim with the Lich, and the Grim Lich combo is fairly decent. I didn't really think that was all that important, but since it was one of the 3, I just went with it. So we picked the Grim, and then the Bristleback, and we could also flex the Grim to our P5. Our P5 player runs Grim as well, and it may not have been immediately obvious to the Gotham stack that this was a 3-4 combo. This could have looked like a 3-5. I think they take the Viper immediately. I thought that was a flex pick and most likely going to be Gotham. Gotham has played Viper several times as an offlaner. I wasn't really worried about that. I told my team that he was just going to max his Q and then move the wave and not really farm the jungle well. So it wouldn't have been a particularly terrible lane as long as they don't stand under his attack range and let him build up the poison stacks for free. There was a chance it was going to be a mid Viper and they could flex it, but at this point I was pretty confident it was going to be the Gotham pick. So I think I ended up banning out all of Gotham's other good offlaners, mostly because A, I haven't scouted anyone else on his team, and B, I figured if we took out all of his offlaners it would force him to play the Viper as the 3, and then they wouldn't have the flexibility to try and run something else, and then I would end up last picking our mid. So I think they took out something like Sand King, Axe, and something else. Let's speed this up a little bit. Now when I took the Doom out, Dragon Knight could have been a mid flex. I guess he thought the Bristle wasn't my my 3. So they took out 3 more offlaners. I played Legion Commander mid, and he may have scouted that, but I don't think that was a big deal. Ramanolo's favorite P1, or at least it used to be, was Jug, so I took that out because that's the only thing I could remember about Ramen, other than the Rubik. Yeah, so we take the Witch Doctor, it reveals it as the 5, and the Grim's the 4. I think I was just asking Fitz whatever he wanted. I didn't really have any hard leaning towards the P5 at this point. I was kind of starting to wonder why they were burning so much time here. They really burnt a lot of time in this draft. The Lino makes it a tough lane, double ranged. I'm going with an AM, which is not real happy in a double range lane, but that's just kind of what Beatus was saying he was really comfortable on, and had been practicing recently this week. and I didn't mind it since we didn't have any carry potential right now from the bristleback, at least the way I was hoping he was going to build. They take the puck as a response to the AM, and so I saw the puck as an immediate counter pick to the AM. So puck and AMs, puck does really well against AM. The win rate I think is like 6% in favor of puck, and that's just because of the catch. And so I decided we needed a save here. The Grimstroke Witch Doctor saves are not reliable. And so here I pretty much started thinking I was either going to play one of two things, OD or Dazzle mid. Again, because I just wanted to be able to save the AM in case for some reason the team fight starts wrong and we are getting jumped by the puck coil instead of doing the jumping ourselves. I actually don't remember what these last two bands are. Slark. Okay, so the AM player wanted the Slark ban. I didn't think that was a big deal, but he thought it was going to be a bad matchup later on, which was fine. Zeus and Death Cry. Interesting. Just triple down, quadruple down on the magic damage. Triple down on the magic, I guess. What the hell is this pick? Faceless Void. That's right, we were worried that they were going to have a second way to try and catch the AM. And it was between Faceless Void and something else, and I thought the Faceless Void was more of a threat. PA. Was just worried about that. That didn't look like a particularly strong draft to me, but oh well. Witch Doctor Shard is good here. Glimmer Cake on both supports is good. Aeon Disc on both supports is good. A lot of defensive items we want to get. Lotus Orb on the Bristleback. And so here, I was just thinking between a Dazzle or an OD. I went with the OD. I didn't have any intention of trying to be offensive with the mid laner. So looking at this draft here and what Gotham stack has picked out, the AM is going to very nicely outscale the PA. And so I thought I was just going to commit to the long game. We were going to go for a very slow sort of a 4 protect 1 strat. And basically everyone here is now just around to enable the anti-mage's game. I'm not sure what else would have worked better than the OD or Dazzle. The Dazzle I wasn't as confident in. I just don't play core Dazzle very much. And so I would have been kind of winging it, which would have been okay. And the OD matchup we knew was bad into the puck. We even talked about that in the draft. We talked about how I was going to lose the lane to the puck, and then mid-game was going to be a little iffy. They told me the Meteor Hammer combo was going to be tough. I told them I wasn't even planning on buying Meteor Hammer. This looks like a terrible meme hammer game. And so I was just going to go straight into Blink, BKB, Axe, which I did, but very slowly because I fed as hard as I could all game long. The thought process here was basically, if we get the jump, then the fight goes great because Witch Doctor and Grimstroke are going to be throwing out enough stuns. Bristleback's going to be getting in their face, making them panic, and sort of frontline tanking for everybody else. And AM gets to watch and wait and jump one of the supports, and then we'll start the fight off on a good footing. If we get jumped, then the plan is I will, save the AM if he gets coiled. If anyone else gets coiled, it's unimportant. But really, as long as AM doesn't get coiled, then we're fine. If he does, I Astral Imprisonment him, and then the Grimstroke and the Witch can use their Glimmers and Force Staffs to get him out after the leash is over. And then we reset the fight while they don't have coil. And so that was my plan. I was talking the team through that, and we were basically going for a, put everything on the AM and drag the game out as long as we can. Alrighty. We'll get into the game here, and then we'll start the replay from, we'll do the 5, 3, and 1, because those are team members here, so we're not going to do the 4 because Mukau doesn't need replay analysis of his 4. And, I mean, I guess it might help Studio, but I'll do one for him when we play a game with him. Alright, so we'll start with Witch Doctor. I think I told the team that our team fight was worse, level 1, and so we're just going to posture, and we're not invading for a rune or for a first blood kill, and we're just going to try and secure our own 2. Alright, 1 Tango, 1 Salve, 2 Clarities, Windlace, and a Sentry. I don't like the Clarities. You're up against 2 range heroes. Going to be 2 easy ways, 2 spells to pop your Clarity. So that seems iffy. The Windlace is excellent. Queuing up the Magic Stick is excellent. Second set of Tangos, okay. And I think you end up taking level 1 heal. I think I heard that in voice, and I didn't say anything at the time. I thought that was a bad idea. I still think it's a bad idea, but kind of interested to see how well that plays out in lane. I warned you guys that the Viper was going to max his Q, and he was going to just do that thing where he tries to build up poison stacks. But the Witch Doctor stun Maledict combo is extremely important, and AM really needs to fight and trade level 1 with his mana break. If he gets anything other than mana break, then the lane is kind of fucked. And as the lane goes on and Viper gets levels, AM falls off really hard. Alright, so nothing happens, 2 for 2. Cool. Alright, so I assume the Sentry is to either block their hard camp or to de-ward your small. We can push out to see. Okay, they just blocked small with a Sentry themselves. That's cool. I wonder if you wait to see if it doesn't spawn at 1 minute or if you drop it now. Kind of interesting. Alright, you grab the heal. I think that's a mistake. We'll see. Tango's already on the way. That's good. What's AM's regen? Have you checked your buddy's regen? 6 and 1. Okay, that's good. He's got 2 sets himself and a salve. Really? So, so that makes it a little worse that you've got heal level 1. So you've got 2 salves and 12 tangos between the 2 of you. And that should be enough to keep AM alive long enough to get his Ring of Health from the shop. Alrighty. So you are... Okay, good body block on the hard camp. You see that your camp didn't spawn. Ooh, you put the Sentry Ward in your own box. Okay, I mean, yeah, you can de-ward it now, but you should have been able to place that on the side and still get the entire box. Now you have to go back and try and kill that before next wave, but you should get fine. Kind of interesting. You didn't check the Lena's inventory, so when you see her walk by like that, click on the Lena and see what's in her inventory. Yeah, I'm on your perspective, you're not checking me, I don't think. Maybe you are. It's just not showing. Okay. So AM hit level 2. I assume he had Mana Break level 1 and then got Blink level 2. This is iffy here. Now you're just dragging this creep along. Okay, I guess you were trying to get out of the way of the camp. But now you're dragging this range creep the wrong way. Bring it back to the wave if you can. Stand in that too long. So AM is falling off. The longer you guys do this, double deny, good. Okay, there's that heal. Wait, what?
Oh, that is too good.
Oh, he wasted the salve. Okay, we'll talk about that on his replay analysis. That was a wasted salve. I guess he doesn't know how Viper Poison works. Okay, so Lena's doing Lena things over there, and you're just sitting in lane. So this is not good overall. So at this point, I'm going to say your lane is behind. So AM did not trade with the Viper early on, and you're still not trading with the Viper. So Viper's going to have full mana. He's going to have plenty of mana to throw out. The AM should be trading at level 1 because he doesn't scale with levels. You know, you add Blink, you add, probably a second level of mana break, and so by the time you're level 3, you have a slightly better mana break, but Viper has 2 other spells Maybe he skips the passive, but they get a lot stronger. AM doesn't. Witch Doctor gets a lot stronger, but the problem is you're a whole level behind because of the heal, and so you don't have your Maledict combo, stun combo, and you're not going to have level 2 Maledict, which is really where you get the kill potential from, and you probably know that as Witch Doctor. So I'm really not digging the start here. This seems kind of iffy, and your positioning in this area is not ideal. So you kind of being in this whole general region really just saps AM some of his XP, because the Lina is up here somewhere, and the Lina is actually pulling creeps in and probably killing some camps and getting some neutral gold and all kinds of stuff. And Viper's getting solo XP, and you're kind of hanging out behind the AM. You don't have vision for stuns, because if you were, like, let's say you were on this side of the trees instead of down here where you are now, you would be able to see out here, and you could see if the Lina was here and was about to cast a Light Strike Array over here to try and catch the AM, and then double up the the Viper poison stacks. But that's a threat that you can't really prevent if you're hiding back here behind the tower. So this position where you're just sort of behind the tower, you're close enough that you might be leeching XP. You don't have any vision here. You're not getting ready to pull the creeps here at 47 seconds, which you should, because 247 is the pull timer for getting this lane out. So you're about to miss this lane coming up, and that's fine if you're deliberately avoiding it. But I think because you haven't seen the Lina, you need to expect that Lina is pulling her camp right now from hard into here, because you didn't block it, because you didn't bring a second sentry. So overall, this seems like a not fantastic start. I'm going to say you guys are a little behind here. AM is keeping up with Viper on last hits, has all the denies, that's good. Let's see, XP. Alright, AM, Viper, okay, so you guys are holding pretty even, so that's not bad for now, but hopefully this changes a little bit. Alright, you got lots of items coming out, that's good. I didn't see what the wards were. So be interested to see how many wards you get. Hit that creep right there. You could have stacked that. Okay, so you walk past this creep at 53 seconds, and you had a chance to stack that. So you're going this way anyway. You're going to go out and intercept this pull. That's fine. You're not going to block it completely. So what you could do is you could hit this creep and then continue to go on doing what you're doing, and that'll just automatically stack this. Because right now you have one Harpy in this camp, and this is terrible because you pull this Harpy out to the safe lane and it just dies too fast. But if you have 4 Harpies, then this will kill off the wave. Alright, moving on. Yeah, you're too late to interrupt. AM blinks past. I guess AM's going for his health ring early, which is really good. Yep, good. That's the correct item, which makes sure your level 1 heal even less valuable, because he went for Ring of Health instead of like a Power Treads component, which I think is the right answer. But it's okay. You missed the pull there, so you gotta stay a little closer. Okay, so because that camp is not stacked and you had to solo kill that, this lane is now a little bit worse. Yep, there's Viper feeding because he sucks. Alright, no good stun point here. Nice try to help get that deny. His heals, okay. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, don't let him build up the stacks on you for free. You should turn in and stun him for that. So when the Viper dives underneath and you're building up the stacks, I get it, you're trying to avoid the 4th stack and whatnot, but you want to stun the Viper right there and let your AM get a couple hits and try and shift the aggro off onto the Viper instead of this creep wave here. Okay, so I guess you're using your heal to keep the creep wave alive, or you're trying to heal yourself. Either way, you're wasting your mana. So... oh, level 2 heal and no point in Maledict. Okay. I'm going to say this is getting worse. Alright. Alright, so 2nd sentry, it looks like that one's outside the box, so that was the correct position right here. You put this here, it still sees the whole camp, but then you don't have to waste your time denying it. And it will give you a little bit of vision if maybe there's an observer here. Usually they won't put it right in the middle, but sometimes the enemy supports will put it kind of in between the 2 camp boxes. So that's a much better sentry spot that you just used. Alright, so you just let... okay. Not sure what that observer is for. I guess you're expecting a puck gank on the AM, but the puck doesn't have a way to gank the AM unless AM misplays before the coil's ready, because the AM's just going to blink out. Okay. So that was kind of a cute hit. You got the 2 bounces, but you didn't have Maledict. So that would have been a much more useful play right there if you had Maledict instead of a 2nd level Voodoo. You Maledict him, AM blinks back in, and then gets probably 3 right clicks with Mana Burn, and then that's either a dead Viper or a very low Viper. So that was just kind of underwhelming here. Now the creep wave is pushing way out of your side, and you're in a terrible position. Okay, so thankfully Viper is just nuking it with Nether Toxin, so it's going to push in a little bit more than usual, but you should pop that Clarity and then go pull this next wave, because right now nothing's happening. So Lena's missing. I guess you're going to go for a gank here, but you don't have Maledict. This is going to be shit. Let's watch this first, actually. Oh, good shit. You guys may get this guy. Good stuff. You guys actually got it without Maledict. That's funny. I didn't expect that. Okay, so I was going to say you could go over and pull this this wave back, but getting the kill on the Viper is much better. So that was a great play. There's the AM's items. And that was slow. Okay. The Lena leaving lane for a moment really screwed that Viper over. So that probably helped get you guys back a little bit. Alright, AM's now a level ahead. AM's farming nicely. Both side cores are farming really nicely. The OD really fucked up his lane. Alright, you want to aggro one of those creeps to get the range. Why does he have spell shield? That's really interesting. I mean, we're not on the... Alright, yeah, we'll talk about that on the AM replay, but there's no point for that. Nice try on the deny. It was a good thought. Yeah, you gotta go early. He's put probably several levels in that Nether Toxin, so... Alright. Careful, you're standing around that spot. You need to put down that observer and get some vision up here. So you hiding down here in the trees is really bad. So you hiding down here, I get it. You're protecting your clarity. AM is in a really vulnerable position here. So the Lena can stand on this side of the trees, light strike him if the creep comes up. If he comes up about here to hit the creeps, and then Viper gets the Nether Toxin plus like 4 stacks of poison, and that may be enough to kill him or at least bully him completely out of the lane. You got the Observer Ward. You need to put the Observer Ward on the other side of this tree line. So just because of where my camera is right now, this isn't a great spot. But you want the Observer to be probably in. Whoops! How the hell do I? There we go. Probably want the Observer to be around about here, just so you can see this area, or you can kind of see this area, and you can figure out wherever they're going to be jumping on the AM from. But not being able to see this side is very risky. And you hiding in the trees here really doesn't do much for the AM. Really not digging these clarities. I haven't seen the value of the slow mana recovery on the clarities. You're throwing a lot of mana to try and keep the AM alive, and I don't think all of that was necessary. I get the idea that you're trying to counter the Viper poison, but it makes the lane much slower, and you guys did get a kill, which is surprising, without Maledict. But you don't have a lot of kill threat the longer this lane goes on. Either way. Alright, we'll play this out for a few more minutes, and then it'll probably be the end of laning stage. See if you throw the Maledict first. Alright, so you got both heroes there. This could be a good jump. Nope. And just goes to the tower. I go for denies or last hits. Deny or last hit something. What are you doing? Okay, you're just getting the range creep. Okay, there you go. You got one. You probably could have fought him for more than one, but that works. Alright, so Lena went up, and you guys lost something. Courier lost there. Good open with the Maledict first. Not everyone does that. Yeah, and at that point it's dead. I don't know why AM is still standing there. So that as soon as AM dropped his ult, he should have turned around left. Because the Viper is dead at that point, but he's just trying to make sure he got the gold from the kill. Alright, interesting Block it with the sentry. Think about putting the ward again in the same spot. No, that one's still got half its timer left. You don't see the ward you're walking under, so I'm not really sure what your plan is here. Like what do you? I don't know what you're doing right here. So you walked over, you put a sentry right here on the map. So you sentry that, then you kind of walked over here, then you walked back, then you walked here. Now you're walking on the river. Like all this sort of dancing around isn't really doing anything. You're not waiting on a clarity. You missed 8 minutes, so if you were going for the river rune and you were going to try and secure this rune for your mid, you're late. You would have had to have done that about 10-15 seconds beforehand and then let the guy know so that he could have gone for the other river rune. That would have been good. So I'm not really sure what you're doing. I guess you're going to run up and throw an observer ward somewhere on like this tower up here, which I guess is fine, but you could have done that without waiting, unless maybe you're hoping to see Puck flash on the screen. But the thing is, Puck farming over here on this mid ward side, he's not going to see you uphill on this staircase going up for that tower, unless Puck comes all the way over to secure this rune, which makes no sense because the rune is at 3, 6, 9 minutes. He wouldn't be up here on this hill at 8 minutes, so there's no reason for him to be there. The Lena you just saw TP'd up top to hit the Bristleback and help secure the kill there, where Bristleback was diving behind the tower. So I'm not really sure what's going on here, but whatever this is extremely inefficient. So whatever you're thinking about doing, you've got to be faster on it, and this all should have happened like 20 seconds faster. Alright, so Puck is over here. You see the orb, cool. Interesting, you throw a coconut to steal, but you don't deny the rune. So that's weird. So you saw the Puck throw out the orb. That's good that you realized he was there for some reason farming that. You didn't deny the bounty rune. You threw out a coconut to maybe steal the last hit, and you didn't place the ward. So now the ward is going to sit in your inventory for I don't know how long. Oh, you're going to go back up now and place it? Okay, see, now if you were going to do that, you could have placed it beforehand. Looks like you're going to place it somewhere else. Okay, Lena caught you. So now we're just running away. Alright, yeah, this whole last minute feels kinda wasted. Oh, good observer, kill the observer. I think I had to ping that. Or maybe Beatus did. But I do kind of remember someone saying you didn't see that word. Alright. You never threw the observer down. So what I would have done is, after you walked up and you pump faked placing the ward up here, and then you got basically caught twice, once by Puck, once by Lena, they probably think you're still putting the ward up here. Throw it down over here. So like that little spot I was telling you, this little L on the dark side of the trees, go ahead and throw the observer ward down here, because now you're just going to hang on to this ward for who knows how long, and you're not getting any value out of it. We've seen that the Lena and the Puck are mobile, and they will gank. AM is the next logical target for the Puck's next coil. Puck did use the coil on OD mid, so you do have a little bit of time, but chances are Puck is thinking, or his team is thinking, next Puck ult needs to be on AM so we can try and shut down their carry and slow down his timings. So you should have some more vision here. This one is good. This one covering the river, that's nice. But if he TPs into the bottom lane tier 1 tower and then comes through the jungle side of the lane, you won't see it. So you really need to drop that ward here on the dark side of the L to protect him, if that's your plan. Although AM really should be moving out of this lane pretty soon, so maybe you guys are talking about that and not even worried about it. I'm not sure. Alright, you're watching OD get dove mid. There's no turnaround there. Nice blink for a creep secure. Why does he keep using spell shield? None of their spells right now get reflected. Okay, deny that range creep. You're hanging out back here? Okay, so that time you just kind of watched what happened. You're not waiting for a clarity. Nothing's going on. When they nuke that wave, you can move up and you can either last hit this creep right here, and that'll pull the rest of the creeps through the jungle away, or you deny the range creep that the Viper got for free. But right now you're just sitting here, I don't know, checking your phone or something. But whatever's happening, you're not playing the game. So you could have last hit this creep, you could have denied that range creep that just went there. You guys could give up on this tower entirely and leave, but You sitting here and probably trying to just get the deny on the tower is iffy. And if you wanted to do that, then you should pull the wave off and then give us time to reset. So I'm not really sure what's going on here. Alright, as a very early glyph. I don't know what that was for. Is that UTP out? Okay, so I don't know what happened for the last 2 minutes, but I don't think you got much value out of it. You do have 6, so that's good. Witch Doctor 6 is extremely strong, and you should gank with that. Your level 2 Maledict plus your Death Ward should be a kill on anybody but Puck, really. Alright, so you spot that. You guys are invading here. Nice deep ward, that's good. That's a really good ward, especially since you guys should be playing this lane now. Deadness is taking their stacks, that's fantastic. You guys should be pressuring that tier 2 lane. I don't know why you're sitting in the jungle here, though. I guess you're hoping to get a kill with your level 6 with the Bristleback. The problem is Bristleback isn't the hero that helps, magnify your combo. Bristleback's combo doesn't work with yours. So you want somebody else there. The Grimstroke, the OD, anyone else. But you guys are pushing the lane in, that's good stuff. Okay, Bristleback TP's out, so you have to leave as well. Bristleback's going bottom. Alright, I'm going to say laning is over at this point. Now we're starting to get into mid-game rotations. So overall, the spell build is debatable. I understand the reasoning, but I don't think it worked out in lane. You guys did get a really nice kill on the Viper, but you would have gotten that kill easier or earlier if you had Maledict. 2 salves and 12 tangos plus the Ring of Health first item rush on AM would have been enough to out heal the Viper, especially since you guys played so passive. If you guys had played more aggressive and you guys had ran into the Viper level 1 and AM mana broke him, and then you guys disengaged, one of you uses your salve after you're not being poisoned, and it actually works, then you would have traded 1 salve for all of Viper's mana at level 1, and then you guys would have had no threat of being poisoned the entire time. So that's something. Death Ward is not used in the laning stage, so now you've gone in the mid game without using your ult. And that's just a shame because that would have been an excellent ganking tool for either mid or top. And the vision was a little iffy in the bottom, but thankfully AM didn't need it. He didn't get ganked. And I think that is about it. So we'll go ahead and cut this video and move on to the P3.